as well. For the first game, I know we do the Fox thing, but let's try out the New World Order theme for the Big Five as well. So these are the five biggest games on the schedule that are not Raven games. We do this, so our larger NFL coverage here. Let's talk about what else is going on this weekend. I think we got some good week one matchups here as well. So it's not just this week. Obviously, tomorrow night, the biggest game, I think. You see it every year. The team that won the Super Bowl gets the first Thursday night game. The Cowboys and the Eagles go at it. Man, I don't even have time to talk about all the things I could say about Dallas after the week they've had. They've traded away Micah Parsons, publicly, Jerry Jones publicly, and the agent publicly going at it. This is what's wrong in Dallas. Dallas has too much foolishness. You know, my dad's favorite team was the Oakland Raiders. And Al Davis kind of got to the point where he was just a distraction. Just couldn't get out of his own way. He's an older guy, just became in his own way. And that's what's wrong in Dallas. They just too much foolishness. They have some good players. They're inconsistent. They are nowhere near the Eagles class. What I think the Eagles, are the best team, and maybe at least in the NFC, if not the NFL. So the Eagles, I think, should easily win this game. Without Parsons there, they should have a field day running the football. They love to run the football anyway. Saquon Barkley, healthy and ready to go for this to start the season. Really curious, too, to see the Eagle defense progression. That seems silly, but as good as they were. But they have so many young guys that are so talented, like Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, etc. Can these guys get even better than they've been last year? Considering that's going to be important, considering the way their offense runs, and they may have the best offensive line in the whole league. So definitely Eagles in this game over the Cowboys. YouTube is actually going to show its game Friday night. This game is going to be in Brazil. So the Chefs and the Chargers are going to play. I love this matchup because I think the Chargers are finally the better football team than the Chiefs. The Kansas City, Kelsey's getting older as well, not the same player he was. The run game, I think, is non-existent. I think the offensive line is non-existent as well. They have some issues there. How much can Mahomes and Cup carry this squad on offense? Because he's going to have to do that. Now, that's like there's tricky with that when you say that, because he could do just that. He could be Michael Jordan, whatever. He has that quality. So it'll be interesting to see. Chargers, I'm picking them to win this game. I picked them to win the division. I'm going to stand on that in this game here as well. In Brazil, they have a superior team here. Like Herbert, though, I would say, has got to start showing up in games like this. This is what he hasn't done. He's had good numbers against bad teams and win what he's supposed to win. You got to win the ones that you're not supposed to win. So you got to win a game like against Kansas City. So, again, like the Ravens game, you got to find out about both teams early as well. I guess the team that probably going to be competing with to win the division. So I like the Chargers. I'm going to go there. This one also, too, got more interesting with the Micah Parsons trade. So not quite frozen tundra in Lambeau. The Lions, I think the Lions are the best team in the NFC North. Still, they've lost some of that chic factor, I guess, because they no longer knew they were good last year. They obviously didn't play well in the divisional round against the Commanders, but there's a lot to like in Detroit still. I still like Goff. I still like their offense as well. I think they have one of the most underrated players in the whole league, St. Brown, at wide receiver. Gibbs, I think, is emerging right before us. Their offensive line is still good. Not maybe where it was or what we thought it was, but it's still really good. And I think maybe they have the best defensive player in the league. I think Abe Hutchinson on the other side. Their secondary has really gotten good where it was a weakness not that long ago. The Packers, this is exactly what they needed, though. This is exactly what they needed when they got Micah Parsons, because the one thing they were missing, the defense kind of got credit because of their history of being good, but now you have a dynamic player on that side with Micah Parsons. Parsons, I think, is going to make a difference here. I still don't think they beat the Lions week one. It'll be close. Be a very close game. But I do like the Lions here in week one as well. Interesting, though. This whole division is going to be close, I think, all the way through. I think there are a lot of talent in this division. It wouldn't surprise me. Not much of this division, win-loss-wise, is going to surprise me. It'll be interesting to see. We'll know in about September, October, about these teams. Yes, the Jets are here in the Big Five. I think this is going to be, at the very least, I don't know how good the Jets are going to be for the whole season, but certainly a very, very interesting week one matchup. So you got Aaron Rodgers, who was quarterbacking the Jets last year in Pittsburgh. Justin Fields was in Pittsburgh last year, now quarterbacking the Jets. So that kind of cancels out the thing, well, who wants the game more, blah, 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 and all that. Both of these guys are very, very motivated to go ahead and win games on the other side. So I say this. I think Pittsburgh is a little bit better than what I've heard from a lot of places. The Steelers do have some really good players. They are going to look like go with Jalen Warren. I think that was the right decision to go ahead and start as well. They do have DK Metcalf. They did go ahead and do that. They obviously went out, got Aaron Rodgers. They went out, got Jalen Ramsey. They went out. So they're not just sitting around. I mean, I think they did, considering I kind of feel this way, Pittsburgh. It could have been worse, if that makes sense. Everybody's acting like it's no. If there's some hope, I do believe they're not that far behind Cincinnati. Jets, I just don't think they're going to score enough points. I think they have done some things well, but they don't have, I don't think, the right head coach for the type of quarterback you have as well. So I'm not sure that they win games here. I'm not sure how many games they can win with Justin Fields as your quarterback here as well. So I'm taking Pittsburgh in the first game. And I think a game that's kind of going under the radar with two teams I think could be the division winners and top three seeds in the playoffs. The Texans and the Rams are going to go at it as well. Stafford, the obvious question, Stafford is going to go in. I was never doubting that much. It was like Stafford is one of the toughest guys that you'll ever find. So Stafford is going to be good to go in this one. So you could scratch that one out as well. I do like the Rams in this simply because I think the Texans still throughout the years haven't shown they can win games like this against a good opponent on the road. They win the wild card round after they're the fourth seed, and that's about done. When you have to play teams in the same level on the road, they don't do that well. And so that's a problem. So I do like the Rams in this one. Rams, I think, are the most disciplined team, I think, in the league now. They get the fewest amount of penalties. Stafford, they're going to score a lot of points with Nakua and Devontae Adams. I think it'll be some. Now, keep in mind, I will say this with all the games. It's week one, so offenses may not look as crisp and won't look as crisp as they normally are. So I think that's a factor. The Texans do have a good defense. They do have, I think they're not completely out of this. I do think they have a chance to steal one, but I do in this one, I definitely have to go with the Rams in this one as well. There you go. All right. So you can figure out which of those three So there you go. The NFL is coming back here this weekend, our first weekend of full action. We had college football last week, and so we got the NFL this weekend. Those are the 5 biggest games on the schedule. I'm ready for it as well, like all of you are, the Thursday night game. I don't like the choice of the Thursday night game personally. I'm not a Cowboys guy. I'm more like online like a people kind of neutral on Dallas. I don't have that Cowboy hate necessarily, but